The Xbox games with gold have been announced for July 2021, and before we even drop the drop and get into this video, they suck. They're all bad. I don't know what's going on with Microsoft and games with gold, but this is genuinely one of the worst games with gold lineups I think I've ever seen. So it's looking pretty bleak. It's looking pretty bleak. We still don't know what the PlayStation Plus games are, but I am going to say right now, before we even start this video, that PlayStation Plus have won July in terms of the free games and freebies. So, PlayStation fanboys, enjoy that. Xbox fanboys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what Xbox is up to at the moment. Phil, sort this out, mate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are we getting Conker? What's going on here? Hey folks, if you're a new viewer of the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. I'm currently working towards a 50,000 subscriber goal on this channel, and I need your help to get there. So hit the subscribe button and let's get this channel to 50k. Now the games with gold have been announced, like I said, and the 4 games are Planet Alpha, which I've never heard of before, Rock of Ages 3, Make and Break, which I've also never heard of before, Conker Live and Reloaded. Yeah, the Xbox, the original Xbox game, I double took on that one as well, and Midway Arcade Origins, which is an easy platinum trophy, I guess easy 1000G as well, but not probably a game I would have hoped to have been getting for free in 2021. So very average lineup here. We'll go through what all these games actually are. Planet Alpha is like a 2D side-scroller game, but in 3D, like a 3-dimensional 2D side-scroller game. It looks very much like an indie game, and I've genuinely never heard of this before, but it comes out on the 1st or the 31st, so I wonder whether or not this is dropping for the first time on Games with Gold, which I guess would be kind of cool if that is true, but I don't know if there is any credibility to that. Rock of Ages 3 Make or Break. I believe I have heard of this one before. It's kind of like a Katamari Damacy Super Monkey Ball type situation where the rock is coming down the hill and you can hit different things in the environment. I guess you just got to make your way through the obstacle course. I don't know, honestly, pretty average looking game in my personal opinion, not something I'm really into. Conker Live and Reloaded is obviously Conker back from the original Xbox. It's a pretty okay mascot platformer, not the best mascot platformer from that generation, but probably one of the better ones that was exclusive to Xbox, I would say. It does feel like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel with that one though. I don't know. Do they not have anything else to give us at this point? I guess everything's on Game Pass, which makes it kind of hard. And the last game is Midway Arcade Origins, which is basically like a compilation of all of the Midway Arcade games. Midway Arcade are the arcade cabinet games. A lot of younger gamers aren't probably aware. It was a company that produced those for when you go into a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that and you can play all the different arcades, and they basically just put a compilation of all of those on a disc and released it. It has like 30 games on there, but I think like only 1 or 2 of them are really worth playing. I did play through the whole thing for I think a platinum, or it might have been a 1000G, I can't remember, at one point back in the day. Probably on the PS3, I'm thinking, but otherwise I probably wouldn't have touched it, to be honest. I think that not a lot of those games have turned into classics or aged particularly well. Highlight out of this, I mean, maybe Conker, I guess, which is probably just my bias going towards, you know, mascot platformer games, which I do enjoy. But, you know, honestly, a pretty average month here from Microsoft. What do you guys think? Is there anything here that you think has any value? Are you excited about any of these? Genuinely, I guess, you know, at this point, Game Pass and the free games with gold, they kind of don't work well together because everything is on Game Pass and Game Pass is just so much better than gold. I really do wonder when Microsoft's going to update that strategy and bring games with gold properly integrated into Game Pass rather than having them as 2 separate things. I think if they were integrated, you know, not only do you have then your online play paid for through gold, but you also have your full lineup of games through Game Pass, and then there's no real need to give out the games with gold anymore because I just don't think they matter. And honestly, at this point, I mean, I know they're free with the subscription, but these 4 games, low-key, they suck. I'm sorry, Microsoft, but they aren't great. I'm not going to play these. So I would rather not have games than these 4 games, if I'm being honest. I guess that sounds really ungrateful. Maybe that's not fair, especially if there's someone out there who can't afford games, then maybe they have 4 games to play. But honestly, at this stage, I really think there needs to be some sort of a proper integration with Game Pass and games with gold, because I think it's probably getting a little bit more antiquated. Very bleak lineup of games for gold this month. Let me know what you guys think of these in the comment section down below, or what you would like to see. It'd be really interesting to see what PlayStation Plus's lineup of games is going to be this month. There have been a number of leaks of games for PlayStation Plus. Who knows what's going to happen with those and what's real, what's not. But it looks like a Plague's Tale potentially is going to be that PS5 game, which I think is a really decent offering. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Patrons, thank you so very much for each and every one of your generosity this month. You'll be seeing your names coming up here on the right hand side if you're a Patreon or a channel member on the YouTube channel this month. If you want to support me, if you do decide you want to support me further and help keep this channel's lights on, link in the description down below to become a Patreon, or you can click on the join button down below next to the subscribe button to become a channel member. Thanks, you guys, you're all legends.